This video will show you how I achieved my watercolor makeup look. For this I'm using the Sigma Special Effects brush kit that I've sent to review and my Skin Illustrator palette with colours from the Light Fleshtone palette, the Grunge palette and the FX palette. This look can also be achieved using water activated colours instead of alcohol activated colours, and as isopropyl alcohol can be drying to the skin and the fumes can be a little bit irritating, I would recommend using water over alcohol. I'm using alcohol because I didn't have any water activated colours when I made this, but I have since bought some to try out. First, I'm starting out with a fairly clean and neutral base. I have a light foundation on, my eyebrows have been filled, and I'm wearing mascara. I'm going to start by marking out the general areas for contouring shades, which is under the cheekbones, on the forehead, and other places I'd like to create shadows and depth or dimension. For this step, I'm using a colour called Prairie Dust from the Grunge palette. Using the same colour but with a different brush, I'm going to load up the brush with alcohol and pigments to dribble or drip down the face. Next, we're going to use our mid-tone brown called Din. I will place this colour within the lighter colour and continue with the drips. Onto our darkest brown colour, Dark Brun. I will place this colour within the mid-brown section. Now I'll use the Coral Adjuster from the Light Fleshtones palette to create the blush or the cheek colouring. Again, I'll place this colour down and then kind of load up the brush with alcohol and pigments to get some drips going. And some brushes are better than others for this, so try out different brushes to find the most effective one. You can use another brush to help blend out the colour as well. Now I'll use Rose Adjuster to do the lips, and this will be messy and will also have a drip coming from it. If you put too much down, a cotton tip wet with isopropyl alcohol will help to remove any excess pigments. For my highlight shade, I'll be using White from the FX palette. I found that it does look better mixed in with a little bit of Rice Paper from the Fleshtones palette, just to give it a little bit more warmth. I'll place this in the normal highlighting areas, so on the cheekbone, under the eyebrow, on the bridge of the nose, on the cupid's bow, and on the chin. Now I'll switch over to my cream makeup to use around the eye. I'm using the brown from the Ben Nye Ultimate FX palette to define around the outer corner of the eye, and I smudge it slightly with my finger as well. Now for our darkest colour, the black from the FX palette, I'll go under the cheekbones, onto the forehead, in the cupid's bow, under the lips, next to the nose near the eye, and I'll begin just generally outlining and drawing and detailing the face. Now for the neck area, I'll be using the mid-brown colour Din and letting it drip towards the collarbones. While that is drying, I'll go over any areas on the face which I feel are too pigmented, too messy, or any areas that I want to lighten or clean up or unclutter basically. Next, I'll drip some black under the chin and then finish the smaller drying details over the face. To add a bit of oomph to this effect and to make it a bit different, I'm going to use my Kryolan Black Eyeblood now. If you want to know more about how to use this, you can click on my review and demo of it here. Before it stains the skin too much, I will remove it and see how it looks without the drips. It doesn't last at full strength in the eye for very long, but I kind of like that light inky wash as it still looks quite interesting. I only did half my face in the original photos that I posted, but for this recreation I'm going to try the full face as per my friend Mark's suggestion. I'll basically be repeating what I did the first time with some tweaking to apply it a little bit faster. So starting with the lightest brown and then the mid-brown application and drips. I did skip the darkest brown and went straight for the black, and I did most of the eye detailing with the cream palette. And then back to black for the bigger details. Then the blusher Coral Adjuster colouring, the Rose Adjuster on the lips, and the White and Rice Paper highlighting shade. Next, I'll clean up any unwanted drips and then go in with a smaller detailing brush to get the artistic line work in. I decided to try and join the two sides together using the same browns in the centre of the forehead and under the chin. And this is a finished look without the eye drops. Now I'll use my Kryolan Black Eyeblood drops for both eyes for the full face look. To remove alcohol activated paints, I'm going to use Super Solv Plus as it's quite gentle but a very effective remover. Thanks for watching, hopefully you enjoyed this, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. I'll also link my social media below if you'd like to keep up to date with me and be friends. Till next time, bye!